I'm getting old.
You? Old?
Soon no one will want me. Not even the worst teams. Dad said I can't screw up because we live in Dogtown and career in sports is our last chance.
You didn't see the thumbnail wrong. These are children. For sale. For recruiters. If the Hunt or Sinnerman are the most messed up missions from the main game, Talent Academy is the main contender for the Phantom Liberty DLC. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the mission and show you why this mission made so many players sick to their stomach while playing. V meets a middleman to get her alias to pretend to be a scout recruiting young athletes. When we enter, we see child athletes being displayed like animals at an auction.
These ain't athletes, V. They're kids. Kids way too young for this kind of crime.
See that, Johnny?
Ladies and gentlemen, the next...
This is what Jurassic World wishes it could have been in terms of shock factor. The impact here is much stronger because it is way closer to our reality. Johnny comments about how sick this is because they are chroming up children too young. Chroming up as an adult runs the risk of cyberpsychosis. Having a child chrome up for potential professional sporting success, it's ethically and morally wrong. This gives massive echoes of what we see in reality today, the way everything is quantified and commercialized to make a profit off kids. What happened to sports just being sports? And almost the entire country has legalized gambling, as you see DraftKings sponsoring literally every sporting event in the country. This mission takes a critical look at gambling and making a profit off child athletes, which isn't far from the reality we experience in America today. But how does this unfold? Walking around, you can listen to the scouts talking up and down different kids, treating them like numbers and assets instead of human beings.
Listen, I'm looking for a goalie, not a defender. We'll let you have Becker if you give us goalies.
Deal on one condition.
Transfer?
You loan Kowalski out to us.
Fine. Just remember, a loan's a loan. Don't let me hear about any poaching, got it?
One of these monsters who frequents this business is able to identify V as an impersonator if you choose to sit at the bar and engage with him.
Vicky Wilson.
Wait, shopping for another wideout after re-signing your franchise stats leader? Man's an all-time deep threat. What's his name?
Player that good? Wouldn't forget the name.
Yeah, you got me. No, but, seriously, what's his name?
Won't believe it, but it slipped my mind too.
You don't say. Hey, you wouldn't remember Tom's last name, would you?
Why do I feel like I'm being questioned here?
Right. Hey, Bill.
I'm on it. Mike! Need you here! Stat! Need some extra verification.
Fuck this.
At that point, he calls security over and your cover's blown. But it doesn't have to go down that way. If we take a stealth route, or if we wait until a chromed up child nearly smashes the display glass by accident, we can get behind the scenes where we find the child athletes are being kept in apartments, but it really gives off the vibes of like imprisonment or a zoo.
Hello?
Whoa! You scared me.
Sorry, didn't mean to.
Let me guess. You're with...
These are desperate kids chroming up for a chance to get out of poverty. A really rough reflection of what we see in today's society.
Dad said I can't screw up because we live in Dogtown and career in sports is our last chance.
These kids have their entire family on their back as they are taking experimental and extremely dangerous physical modifications to their bodies. Then when we get into the office of Fiona, the project lead that we're here to steal the data from for this gig, we find this wonderful child.
I was just looking for a...
It's all right. What's your name?
Tommy.
He's trying to find out if somebody will sign him. And the conversation is sick. He talks about being too old. He's 12 years old. And he's talking like a thoroughbred racehorse that's over and it's got to be put down. He explains how this is their only way out of Dogtown's poverty and the twisted life that he lives in. It's really heartbreaking. It's sickening. After you can have a heart-to-heart with the child, Fiona finally comes out of her office.
What in the... Tommy... Out! Now!
Wait, she was just looking for your office. I was just trying to help. Please, Miss Fiona.
Leave the boy out of this, please.
And she begins to justify the twisted world she lives in.
We're reasonable people. I'm sure we can work something out. I have a duty to protect my business and my clients. You understand that, I'm sure.
Business? The fucking gall.
Think of the children. Would you really deprive them of their only chance for a better life?
Just gets better and better, this bitch.
If you please, just hear me out. I'd like to make you an offer.
Now, after a stern talking to,
I'll make you a counteroffer.
Oh?
Get fucked.
we can actually hear her out and we can explore more options. Here we see the same awful arguments used to push a lot of athletes today into doing the things that we see.
Well, if you really want to know, it's cheaper.
Not because you're chipping kids that are too young for it.
You think we're the only ones? Name me one professional athlete without implants. You can't. The earlier you start, the better long term. Sports would be a snooze fest without them.
Sports would be a snooze fest. Everybody's using them. You think we're the only ones doing these things. And on are these excuses to justify making money off of kids.
How much are you making off these poor kids and their parents?
Unlike your profession, I provide chances for a better life. Not for free, granted, but the parents know the risks. It's in their contracts.
Knowing and understanding? Two different things.
And why is that sick, right? So often everyone's like, think of the children. It is wrong to manipulate and take advantage of kids because they are vulnerable. They don't have the skills, ability, or experience to defend themselves against complex and nuanced situations. Are all kids helpless? No, but it is unrealistic to believe that children living in extreme poverty can make an educated choice to mechanically modify their body with life-altering and life-lasting decisions by signing up for an athletic program that knows most of the kids will not become professional athletes and will not be able to afford the maintenance of the modifications made to their bodies, resulting in their deaths.
Everyone walks away happy.
Those kids who end up on the street with post-op implant sickness, you don't think they hang their pics here too, do you?
It's not philanthropic to take a kid out of poverty, chrome them up for the opportunity to make a buck off them.
Go to Night City. Look at all those kids walking the streets alone. Can you claim they're better off than our future athletes?
You're a real good Samaritan, huh?
To make things more twisted, we can look through her emails to see how most kids are promised a way out of poverty in this world by taking her program, but almost none of them make it, as she explains.
Out of the best players, only 15 to 20% get signed. Tommy will probably be going home.
Without any scratch to maintain his chrome, regulate his organs, and keep his body functioning properly.
That's how these things go. You either win big or go home.
That means all these kids are just getting absolutely wasted by this program. Their entire lives are being destroyed. In this email chain we see, the parents are begging for help.
Dear Dr. Vargas, we need your help. Our daughter, Jennifer Haley, spent 3 years of her life in your facility, but unfortunately was never chosen for her contract. I make no secret of the fact that our family's financial situation doesn't permit us to cover the cost of Jennifer's medication. As you're well aware, without her medication, the modifications you've given her will cause her to suffer. A 16-year-old girl shouldn't have to experience cluster headaches or kidney stones. I'm begging you for help. I'm not asking for money, only for medication to stop my daughter from being in pain. Sincerely, Peter Haley.
From Dr. Thomas Harper to Peter Haley, reply, Jennifer Haley, help needed.
Dear Mr. Haley, I'm an assistant to Dr. Vargas and I'm answering on her behalf. I'd like to remind you that the parents of every child who enrolls in our program is informed of the potential health risks that may arise from our cyber modifications. Both you and your wife signed an agreement in which you waive the right to file any financial claims in connection with your child's potential health issues in exchange for free room and board, training, and modifications to your child for, as you yourself pointed out, a 3-year duration. The possibilities and associated risks were known to you. I wish you and your child health and prosperity and ask that you please stop harassing our esteemed Dr. Fiona Vargas, or we will be forced to take legal action. Sincerely, Thomas Harper, assistant to Dr. Fiona Vargas.
When the parents asked for medication to help their daughter from the terrible side effects of the cybernetic implants that Dr. Fiona put in her after Dr. Fiona failed to get her signed by a professional team after 3 years of taking that family's money, Fiona here has her secretary send the contract they signed saying, "You agreed to this and we're not liable." Once again, the utter devastation of letting your child be hurt by another human being and then being completely helpless to save them has to be one of the worst feelings in the world. As many commentators pointed out in my video covering The Hunt, missions that involve kids hit a little different for those who are parents or caretakers that had to take on that role. This mission is a different level of twisted as compared to The Hunt and Cinderman because it is a mirror to a lot of what is occurring in real life right now. There are terrible people out there looking to take advantage of anyone in order to get a few bucks or get ahead in life. These people do not care about those who get hurt in their quest for fame, fortune, or power. Kids and athletes are encouraged to take any enhancements, cheat, or do whatever it takes to get to the top because our world rewards winners. What isn't explained to those kids is as soon as they aren't on top of the world, they are thrown away like trash. That is, if they even made it to the top. And if they did, the side effects of their earlier choices come back to haunt them. The institutions that are supposed to care for them in their formative and vulnerable years don't have their best interests in mind. Instead, all they care about is profit. Our reality is not off from this horse race-like recruiting, buying and betting on child athletes. This feels like dogfighting or human trafficking. Everything about this mission is disgusting with no happy ending.
Should any information about our athletes be made public, our contract with the Diego Shredders will be terminated, effective immediately.
These people know what they're doing. They're providing services so others don't even have to show their face for these scouts that all around the world are buying and trading kids like stocks. But, what are we expecting? As everyone knows in Night City,
Here, for folks like us, wrong city, wrong people.
even in the end of this mission, we get a look into Mr. Hands' morality with his response when we ask him if he knew what was going on.
You knew they're chipping kids there?
Why so dramatic? It's an open secret by now. Everyone knows what goes on there. Few care. If I've offended your sense of moral decency, I do apologize. Contract closed.
Everyone is looking to profit at any cost. Get ahead and grab power in Night City. That's all that matters. The saddest part is there is some twisted truth to Fiona's words when she's bargaining with us. Dogtown is an absolute mess. It is a miracle if any child even has the smallest chance of getting out of Dogtown or Night City alive, let alone with a happy life. What is most likely going to happen is they're going to join a gang or corporation, and either way, they're going to get used and spit out until they break. But if we take other endings, we have opportunities to save just the one kid we met in this ending. It's heartbreaking. He's not going to get picked, but we can cut a deal, but then we allow Fiona's operation to go on.
Including Tommy. His file's right here. You help me, you help him.
It's a kind of cynicism that deserves a medal.
You're using Tommy as a bargaining chip?
We all have choices to make. Here's my offer. We do a controlled leak. I'll hand over the data of a few clients of secondary importance to me. Your employer wants names, transaction details. They'll get them.
So no matter what in this ending, it sucks. If we shut her operations down, we literally see all these kids' lives who are being ruined. But if we don't shut it down, these kids' lives are going to continue to be ruined on and on through generations. And there's also the sad truth of this is just one of many. The only reason this is happening in Dogtown is because it's cheap. Fiona says it herself. This mission was compelling. Another one of those wonderful gigs that comes out of nowhere and punches you in the gut, not afraid to be like, hey, let's talk about some real shit. And they do it in such a lore-friendly way that takes the twisted world of cyberpunk and shows you something absolutely believable in the natural progression of this world. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a rating, subscribe, turn on notifications, and follow for more. I love gaming lore, and I have many more videos to post. See you soon. Thank you so much to all of our generous patrons that make these videos possible, including Naveen, Devin, Travis, S9, Taco Games, Awesome Nader, I Say Pone, and Evelyn. Without their support, these videos wouldn't be possible. If you want to support the videos, go over to Patreon/radrendering and pledge today.